Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I have a lovely little box for you. You can see in the palm of my hand the size of it, but actually this is a box designed to hold wax melts. Now wax melts are the ones that you put in top of a tart burner with a tea light underneath and they melt, and actually these have been made by one of my downline, Lucy, who is, her Facebook page is Luby Lou, I'll put the details below, and she makes the most divine wax melts, and I had a load from her recently. There's a lot there, and it was sort of looking at them and then looking at the colours of our cardstock, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have fun with these and I'm going to see what I can do. And they smell divine. I wish it was smell-o-vision. They smell wonderful. My office smells incredible. But I thought they would be really good as wedding favours as well. I mean, we don't all want to have sugared almonds and stuff, so that was my thinking. And this one, okay, I've got this sort of marina mist colour going inside Raspberry Ripple, but I wanted to use the in colour cardstock as well, or rather the in colour card and the matching paper and ribbons and stuff. So this one's is Raspberry Ripple, but I'm going to do a version that is in Primrose Petals. Oh, I've got a little mark on there. Oops. And grabbing my scoring tool and seeking out my notes that have got all of my dimensions on them. Bear with me 1 second, because I've managed to close the page. Where are we? Here we go. Right. A piece of cardstock measures 7¼ inches by 4 inches, and to do a metric version, you would cut your cardstock to 19 by 10½ centimetres. And the first score line, you keep the long side at the top. Just scooch that down a bit so it's not glaring. It's 11:15 at night right now, so I've got spotlights on my desk and I've got a bit of glare going. But you know, needs must when you've got small children. So the first score line is at 1/4. No, it's not. It's at 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. 3¼ Don't panic. I will put all of the dimensions on my blog, and I will put the project dimensions, the project details, in the description bar. 4 inches and 6½. So again, that's 3/4 of an inch, 3¼ 4 and 6½. And the metrics, you would score at 2 centimetres, 8½, 10½, and 17 centimetres. Then you turn it around so you've got the short side at the top, and you score again at 3/4 of an inch and at 3¼ inches. And in metric, you score at 2 centimetres and 8½ centimetres. Right, move the scoring tool out of the way. Fold and burnish your score lines. So you fold all of those, burnish them well, because this is cardstock. I mean, I've made this style of box with designer series paper, but definitely with cardstock, do burnish it well. So that's all of those done. Grab your paper snips, and you want to only cut in in 2 places, so keep your card in the horizontal fashion and count from the right, 1, 2 in, and cut that one, turn it over that way and cut the mirror image. So you can see that we've got the cuts there, so they're opposite one another. That's all of the cutting done, because this is going to be a fold flat box, and I didn't show you that with that box. But what you do is we're going to make, actually if I show you on this one, that'll be easier. We're going to make a crease, because actually if you're going to make these as maybe wedding favours, you want to be able to make the boxes well in advance and store them out of the way. If you've got 100 guests at your wedding, you don't want 100 of these full-size boxes hanging around. And okay, I've sealed this one permanently now, but it is my classic fold flat box. So we need to make a score line here. If you want to, and you want to be very particular about it, you could get a ruler and you could score down in this fashion, which hopefully you can see, so that you then form a crease there. But actually you can just do it with your fingers by putting your forefinger on the top and your thumb and middle finger either side of the crease line, and you can force it into position. So you can see that we're beginning to form the sides of the box, and you keep doing that. That's the lid. You do it on all of them, all 6 of these parts, and you just keep working your way around. There we go, that's the 6th one done. And I would suggest probably using something like sticky strip. Don't use snail to close the box because actually it won't stay stuck down. But you all know how much sticky strip hates me, so I'm going to use glue dots. And you want to come on the lower triangle of the lid. So you've got 2 triangles there. I don't know how well you're seeing it in the lighting. The lower one is the one you want. So one on either side, and then you fold it down. Okay, so that's the fold part. And then on these ones you want the triangle that is closest to the middle. So in that section there, so that's closer to the middle. This one also is closer to the middle. And then the same on the opposite side. Again, the ones that are closer to the middle. And then you literally go like that. So that is your box built, nice and shallow. But when you want to put something inside it, you open it up, and that's when you come and put your differently coloured wax melts in. Let's bang those in for now. And it builds itself up. Now, as you can see on this one, I have made these sides stick down, and that's because they gape and it looks like an aeroplane and it's not attractive. So I will take those out, and this is at the point that you would stop making them if you needed to store. So if you're making them as wedding favours, or if you're making them to, you know, because you're a soap maker or a candle maker or something like that, you know, and you want to make these in advance, you store them like that, and at the point that you're sending it out, that's when you put your adhesive in the top corners and fold up and push. And at this point I remember that I forgot to punch the hole in for the heart. Oops. You grab your small heart punch, and because this is the lid part, you push it in as far as it will go. I've kept mine to the right hand side. Bit of pressure because it's going through 2 layers of cardstock, and actually you've got a little handy hole there. And then you re-put your mini glue dots back in. Don't you just love it when I put built-in bloopers into your videos that you watch for your pure entertainment? There we go. Okay. And I forgot to put the designer series paper. We will pretend that I put some beautiful primrose petals designer series paper on there. I wonder if I could do this. Oh, I might be able to. Do you know what? Let's see if we can fix this live right here, right now. Well, it's not live, it's recorded, but I don't actually have a self-edit button as far as videos and the like are concerned. Okay. The DSP measures 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, or 6 by 6 centimetres. Right, let's see if I can get this lined up. Oh, I can. Oh, look at that, fixed. Fixed while on camera. Another mini glue dot. Okay, right. Wax melts in, and I don't remember what fragrance these are. And my olfactory senses are rubbish, so I wouldn't be able to actually pick out the fragrance or identify it anyway. Look, I'm all fingers and thumbs here now. It's because my wax melt is leaping around in there. Right. Okay, so this side that I've manipulated a couple of times, that wants to pop open. But you wouldn't actually make that error. Right. Matching primrose petals in colour ribbon. What's this one called? It is called satin stitched ribbon. Very nice. Tie a little knot in that, or a bow if you are not bow challenged like I am. Little bit of stamping, and I've got the Lots of Thanks stamp set because I figured if you are going to give these as wedding favours to somebody, you know, you maybe want to say thank you. So the Lots of Thanks set, matching primrose petal ink. Let me move that out to one side. and I've got the 1 1/4 circle punch. I don't know if you're seeing that, I'm probably dazzling you. So around there, and then I've got the 1 3/8 of an inch circle punch. It's a very tiny little bit bigger, bit of Primrose Petals cardstock. Back with my ink and a sponge, and somebody asked me what I did to these. Actually, I just cut our wedges into 6, I think it was, and then cut out an oval of cardstock, the matching colour cardstock, and just squiggled on it Primrose Petals. And then I've got a little handle I can get hold of, so I can pinch it like that without getting ink all over my fingers. And it also identifies it as well. Right, quickly sponge the edges. Dimensional on the back of each of them. One on the back of that. One on the back of that. And just pop it up there. And then the heart that I punched out, I will go with the plain one. I will grab a mini glue dot onto the back of that. Offset it slightly down there. A rhinestone in the corner. And that little hole there, the little heart, means that if it was for the wedding reception, your wedding reception room is going to smell divine with all of the flowers from your wedding, but also the smell of these. But if you're taking these to sell them at a craft fair, your customers can smell them as well. So there's my original box with its ribbon as well, in Raspberry Ripple, and this one is in Primrose Petals. The finished dimensions are 2.5 by 2.5 by 3/4 of an inch, which is 6.5 by 6.5 by 2 centimetres. And you can get, if I remember rightly, I think it is 9, oh I can't remember now, it's loads out of a piece of Designer Series paper for the top, and you can get 2 of these from 1 piece of cardstock. So you could get 80 out of one of our packs of cardstock with no problem. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me in this waffly blooper-filled video, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.